need to. That's not like what this is about. If anything, I think like my podcast is about everything being kind of a bit, you know, janky and not really like 100% organised. And do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just ask you questions and stuff.
Okay,
and we'll
that's
just
right.
see what
I'm
happens.
thinking I've done no prep and nothing.
No, don't worry, mate. We're rolling now. Like, it's going. We're on. We're on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Luton's Deadpool podcast with me, Luton's Deadpool. My guest today, Sanjay from Go Dharmic.
Hello, guys.
So, thanks for meeting me today, Sanjay, first and foremost.
Pleasure.
Bro,
Pleasure.
You're one of my good friends in the town now, I feel.
Same too.
You know, we've been on the same sort of mission in life to try and do good in the world. And
absolutely.
Honestly, bro, like, you've inspired me to do more a lot of the time. Like, when I see the stuff that you do, it makes me go, I need to do more. Like, look at what Sanjay's doing, man. It's like, it's not like a competition sort of thing, but what it is like, when I see you striving and thriving, I want to do the same. And I think that it's a good thing that people should take in their lives. They should think about, you know, if I see other people doing well, don't be jealous about it. Try and do some yourself. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. So yeah, thank you for that.
No, thank you. And you know, it's all about teamwork. So I'm just one tiny cog in a massive wheel. You know, so we're all part of the team.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, let's talk about what Go Dharmic is, because obviously there's going to be some people out there that don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised because you guys are everywhere and you've got a big following. And it's literally worldwide as well.
100%.
So tell me in your own words, what is Go Dharmic?
So Go Dharmic was set up by one of our colleagues, Hemel, also known as Hanuman Das. So he set this up, I think 2010 or 12, and it took off more openly during COVID. So COVID, obviously our elders, our grandparents, our parents, everything was closed. So they're stuck. So we're different. We can go out, we can drive, we can go to the supermarket. These guys, all their social lives are just taken away from them, as in, you know, going out. Like, we have Asian centres where they meet, they eat, they play games, you know, as in card games, carom, something like that. Yeah. They chat, you know, they gossip, they talk. It's just, you know, get them out of the house. And, you know, that's been taken away from them. So then Go Dharmic with everyone else. We collaborated with everyone, the huge army volunteers. We had a lady and gentleman making fresh vegetarian Gujarati meals. And so myself and the team went out. Everything was organised. Locations, address, person's names, how many meals they wanted. So then, you know, we picked them up from the house that was making the food, and then we distributed it, you know, by hand at the people's doorsteps. Okay. You know, making sure, you know, they're okay, and obviously asking them, are you okay? Do you need anything? Is there anything else we need for you, from you? Can we help you with anything else? You know, it helps a lot. Everything was free. There was no charge. Absolutely, we had donations pouring in, saying, "Guys, you're doing a really, really good." So Seva means charity, or Seva means charitable work. So our Seva, as we call it, is, you know, our charitable work. So my ethos is, if we can't help our parents and grandparents in this situation, what use are we? We're not any use whatsoever. You know, and then, you know, we've got projects in India, obviously, UK. There's about 6 food distribution centres. We help various projects in the UK. So it's not just India, Africa. The recent earthquake here for Syria and Turkey we've helped with. There was something in the Middle East. Bomb went off. We helped with that. The Pakistan flood appeal, we helped with that. Yeah. So it's love all, feed all is our ethos. And it's regardless of whether you're Christian, Hindu, Muslim, any religion, atheist, or whatever, you know, it all comes together. Although our base is Go Dharmic, so, you know, its foundations are Hinduism, it doesn't disrespect or disrupt anyone. Everyone's equal. Yeah. And our volunteers, we have people from all sorts of backgrounds.
So yeah, I was just about to say that you've got a very diverse range of people that come to help. Yeah. And then not only that, but the people in the community that you serve, you know, they're very diverse, especially in Luton, and you get to spread the message 100%. Of Hinduism through the charity work that you do, which is a beautiful thing to do, man. Like, you know, I don't know a great deal about Hinduism, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm not going to try and pretend like I'm an expert. That's fine. I know there's a lot of gods. And it's it looks like something that when I remember when I was in school and I was doing RE and we was learning about Hinduism, I was always fascinated by it. It's a really colourful religion. It's a very giving religion as well. So yeah, I think that's a major aspect of what you guys do. And yeah, I'm happy that you're doing it. But what does Go Dharmic actually mean?
So Go Dharmic, Dharma, where the origin comes from, means religions, and Dharmic means religious. And so go, the first word is go. So we go, we help.
Yeah.
Our ethos is love all, serve all. So go, very, very, as Hema always says to me, Sanjay, what's our first word? Go. So regardless of anything, of who you are, what religion, creed, caste, whoever you are, we go, we help, we serve. This isn't about religion, although its foundations are vegetarianism and comes from Hinduism. It's about helping, our wider community, our wider brothers and sisters, our own community, especially, from this town, this is where the charity grew up. The charity was founded in this town. So, we want to help as much as we can in this town.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course, man. And do you know what? It's nice that it was founded in Luton. Me, I'm a big Luton fan of everything Luton. And the fact that you guys wear orange as well, that touches me.
That's a bonus.
Exactly, I love it. I think that a place like Luton, that's where charitable acts kind of can spring from, because there's a lot of people that want to help here. I mean, let's talk about you now, because obviously, we talk about Go Dharmic, and we talk more about Go Dharmic, but I want to find out a bit more about you, because we talk a lot, and
we do.
To be fair, I don't actually know a lot about you, if I'm perfectly honest, because we haven't really had like long sit down chats. You know what I'm saying? We've worked together and stuff, and it's been great, man. But let's find out a little bit more about you. So Sanjay, where are you from?
Originally, I was born in Kenya.
Yeah.
So not many people know that. So then I came here when I was about 1.5, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So with the whole exodus from East Africa, where Idi Amin shoved people out from Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. So then we were moved to the UK and some people to the States. So so there's me. I have an older brother. My dad's still with us, so I look after him as well. I'm a photographer, so I do lots of photography and stuff. Events, weddings, the Diwali event at Town Centre, which we were part of. So that was good. On the back of that, this Saturday at Luton, Indians Cricket Association, in conjunction with Go Dharmic and I think the Group, we've got Holi coming up.
Yeah.
So
what is that?
So Holi basically is in India. It's the start of spring. So it's also known as Festival of Colours.
Okay.
So if people have heard of like Colour Run and Colour Run, the origins of that, it comes from Holi. So you'll be covered in paint, as in like powder paint. It will be non-toxic, so it's safe and all that. But it's just fun. The origins of that are with Krishna, so one of our gods. So when I say our gods, there is one supreme being in Hinduism. It's just facets of one supreme being.
Okay.
So it's just a story or something that happened years ago where I believe, I think Krishna's stepmom Yashoda said, Krishna, you're very dark, but you attract this gopi called Radha likes you. But you're very dark. How can we make it more appealing to you? And then I think Radhaji or Krishna said, "It's okay. I'll just color her up." And then something like in amongst, I don't know the full details, but then Holi came about. So literally, if you look at India photos, or even now in India, it lasts for a week. So literally, you get drenched in colors, watercolors, all sweets come out, Indian sweets, special foods come out. It's fun. It's let your hair down, let go. And this is what we're going to do on Saturday, the 11th, at Luton India Cricket Club, where the Wardown Park, where the bowling place is. Yeah. So that's what Holi is about, and we want to try and get more people involved in Go Dharmic.
Yeah.
We'll be there with our store. We want to sign people up. We want to tell them what we do. When we say again and again, if you can help us in any way, shape, or form, which is what I always say on my videos, please come. Whether it's volunteering, whether it's giving us time, whether it's a donation, or even the odd, coming for our food distributions. Yeah, everything helps.
There's loads of ways to help, isn't there? It's absolutely loads. I mean, I volunteer occasionally with you guys.
100%. We love it.
Man, I honestly love you lot. You're so friendly and welcoming.
100%.
Every time that I've been,
we love having you.
Yeah, it's really nice, man. I feel like I make a new friend every time that I go. And then not only that, it's really good work. It's really good, honest work. I think that you know, let's talk about one of the sides of what you guys do. What I think I've heard this sort of echoed around, and it's something that I want to hear your version of what you think about it. Yeah. Now, I've got my own viewpoint as well, which I'd probably share the same with you. But some people say that when you're going out giving out free food, right, you're going to get some people who take advantage of that,
100%.
And some people that don't need the help and will line up and they will take the food, knowing that they've got help coming from other places as well.
100%.
And although, you know, it helps out to get that food, they don't necessarily need it. And I don't know how big a proportion of people that is. I don't know how you'd even find out that number of people. But I know that there are people, because I've had people tell me that they've used services like that before, and they don't need it at all. So I know it's a thing. So what do you think about that?
So our ethos is go. First of all, it's go. So regardless of who you are, you can't. It's unethical. You cannot say no to food. And to be honest, who are we to judge these people? I mean, you could have someone in the line who's smartly dressed and well spoken, and yet, you know, we don't know their personal situations. And to be honest, even if they are taking one or two foods and here and there, doesn't matter. Does it really matter? You know, you're feeding them, you're giving them something. Our charity, our seva, I have to stress, seva, the word seva is charitable act. So whoever you are, and to be honest, you cannot say no to food, whether it's a rich person, a poor person. I'll give you an example. In Sikhism, they have a langar. So langar means like a banqueting hall or food service. Down to kings, down to beggars, down to princes, everyone sits on the floor and eats, and this is free. So this is a similar concept. You know, go Dharmic, go straight away. We're here to help you, regardless of whether, you know, they may have substance abuse, their mental health business. They may have food at home.
They may even be morally bankrupt. You know what I mean?
Who are we to judge? Exactly. We can't. I mean. And you've seen yourself, and the team tells you as well. You've seen the people in our queue on a Monday at 6 o'clock outside the town hall, our food distributions. You can't judge people. No, yes, 100% you're going to get people. You are going to get people who take advantage. But then, to be honest, this happens everywhere in the UK. Another charity I support, London, Life in London Trust, who my mates founded on after Rena, with her brother and her brother and her mum passed away the same year. So she set this up. So it's very, very similar to Go Dharmic. So every first Saturday of every month, they go to Trafalgar Square in London, and they do exactly what we do in Go Dharmic. And it's the same situation. You get people like that. But we cannot judge anyone.
No, I agree. And, you know, my view on it is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. I know that there's some people who will disagree, and they think that, you know, these people should, because of this, you shouldn't be maybe doing what you're doing, because you some may say that you're encouraging people to do that, right? But for me, I know, because I'm there and I see and I talk to the people in the queue, there are people out there that are in such dire need of help, that if it means that some are going to slip through that don't need it, I'm sorry, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care.
It's a small minority.
It is a small. I would say so. I would think so as well. There's more people in the queue that need it than don't.
And to be honest, with the cost of living, the crisis, everything's going up. Even like milk is going up, bread's going up. You know, the basic necessities, eggs are going up. Tomatoes, look at tomatoes. You can't get tomatoes nowadays. It's bad. And you know, regardless of who you are or where this is going, feeding someone is a blessing. I'll give you an example. My friend Becky, she said to me, her and her mum were at McDonald's, and all of a sudden they ordered the food, and all of a sudden a lady was in substance abuse. She went and just grabbed the food and went out. And they didn't mind. They says, fine, I'll pay for another one. But then how desperate is that person to do something like that? They're hungry. And you've got to remember, there's mental health issues, there's substance abuse, there's personal issues, there's debt, there's sometimes finance.
There's crime involved as well. Where this person's life may have been plagued with crime. You don't know how abusive their upbringing was. Like, you know, there's so many reasons. And like you say, I think because there's so many reasons, it's not your place to judge what that person's been through, because ultimately we all can be quite bad when it comes to judging other people, right? it doesn't matter who you are. You know, if even the nicest of people can sometimes judge people incorrectly.
100%.
And that's why, like you, I try to eliminate the judgment from all acts that I perform in. Because if I'm talking to anybody, I instantly just try to remind myself they're just going through something themselves, and I don't know what it is, and I'm just going to take their kindness at face value. I'm not going to think that it's, you know, that I prefer to be optimistic about people. I know that people may say that I'm trying to be too cute and kind and stuff, and maybe there's an element of truth there that maybe I'll get used as a doormat sometimes because of that.
It's happened to me. It's happened to me so many times. So many times.
Yeah, but I'd rather help than not. Do you know what I mean? It would hurt me if I didn't help. That's how I feel. And I know that's the same with you. All the people that work for the charity as well, they're all the same. I've literally sat and chatted to a lot of them, and we talk whilst we're, you know, putting the food in the boxes or whatever. We have a good chat about why they do what they do.
Exactly. It's like when you're there, you know, you're in there straight away. What can we do? What's right?
It's
and
great.
You see how friendly the team is.
Yeah.
It's so unbelievably friendly. And everyone's like me and you. Down to earth. We're not going to judge people. We just get on with it. Okay, what needs to be done? Everything's given tasks to do. I'm usually like taking photos or helping behind the scenes or
helping set up that impossible tent.
The tent. The very first time.
That tent, it's been like the last 3 or 4 times that I've seen people having trouble with the tent, and by the end, like, we're trying to set up, and then all of a sudden it's like, right, everybody on the tent now, because we are not getting this thing up. It's so funny. It's so funny. There was that time where it was just sat like at mid-level, and we're like, screw it, we're just going to leave it like this.
Yeah, and then I think we finally got
the hang of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fine.
It is funny though. It is funny. All right, I've just realised something I need to check on here. Sorry, people. I know this is one of my annoying moments where I get up. I just realised. No, we're fine. We're fine. Yep, we're fine. We're fine. It's cool. I thought I just had a massive flash where I remembered I filmed something the other day, and because obviously I'm doing all of this on a phone, I've got set amount of memory.
Oh, okay.
And this is what I do. I film my podcast. I put it out and I delete it off my phone forever.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's just gone.
Otherwise,
it just. I know. I wasn't sure if I'd done that, but never mind. Sorry, people. Boring conversation. You can just skip forward on that bit. But let's go back to you because you're cheeky, you know. Because I asked you about you. I asked you about you, and you started talking about bloody Go Dharmic again.
What do you want to know? Tell me.
I want to know everything about you, man. So you come to Luton, yeah? What age was you?
So probably 1.5.
Okay.
Something like that. So obviously, my background's Kenya. So how do I tell this? So Mum was born in Kenya. They moved. No, Mum was born in India, but then they moved to Kenya. So my nana babu, which is my granddad, they had a business, a first-time business. So first-time means like Indian sweet savouries.
Okay.
So all my mum's side are like that. They're talented, multi-talented. So mum and dad got married in India, and then they moved to Kenya.
Yep.
And so me and my brother were both born in Kenya, and then the whole Indian army thing, excess happened. So we moved to here in the UK. So London for about, I think, a year or so, then we moved to Luton, just a community, and so I've had.
So you've literally grown up here, basically.
Yeah, so I don't remember much.
Yeah.
So I'm not born and bred Luton, but this is my hometown.
This is your home. You've been here a very long time, anyway.
Very long time.
Where did you go to school?
Lee Manor.
Okay, cool. So you're a proper Luton boy, man.
Yeah. Where did you go?
I went. Oh, damn it! I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Wait, have I told people?
Fine. That's fine.
No, I've told people. It's fine. I went to Partridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
If it's okay, I don't know.
It had a different name when I was there, though. People would call you know it, don't you? I bet a lot of people out there know it as well.
That's what I'm not saying anything.
We're not going to say it, though. It's quite bad. Oh, man, you can't Google that as well. Sorry.
Sorry. But so I was in the so Luton most of my life, university here as well.
Yeah. What, did you go Central Beds?
Yes.
Well, how was your experience of that?
It was okay because it was it used to be Luton Polytech, and then it transferred into university, and we had a whole influx of new, fresh faces and stuff. It was good. Yeah. That's when the student nightlife was good as well. It was just nice. All diversity, friends, loads of Indians.
My God, clubbing used to be wicked.
Yes. Oh yeah. Now you can look at it's dead.
There's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Oh, the town's on the up, and I would definitely like an investment in nightlife here because I think that there's a lot here that's actually really good and fun. I mean, look at this place. We're in 59. the restaurant,
This is my mate's
cafe.
place.
Yeah, Sanjay's mate's place. He's let us use this beautiful booth.
Right.
This is the VIP booth, right?
Yeah. Thanks, D. Much appreciated.
Yeah, you're wicked, man. Really
Thanks,
appreciate it. But we've got places like this that are just beautiful, just do great food, great service. Like the staff here are awesome. Like I've spent some time chatting to the girls at the front, and they're so nice. They're so friendly.
All the staff are friendly here, and this is probably the first place with a flower wall in Luton. Yeah. All of a sudden, they're all popping up everywhere.
It's very Instagrammable.
It's
one of them sort of things, isn't it? No, but I like it. I think it's beautiful, man. But like, we are missing out a couple of things in the town. But I think that there's genuine investment being done. I think things are moving forward in a good way. So I've got good hopes for Luton, man. Yeah,
it's like that new place where, is it Boot Street? So you've got that new open, like a river. They've opened the river. And so in summertime, that'd be brilliant. So, sitting down and stuff. And back to uni days, there used to be a club called The Beach, which is just near there. Yeah. And we used to have people like Boy George, Jeremy Healy, famous DJs. This is on a weekday night. That's when it was buzzing. What was there? Brooks's used to be good. The Rat Parrot. Used to be Yates's, and then I changed to something else.
Red.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes.
That was awesome, man. Yeah, I know. It's sad. It is sad, but I'm hoping that people want to come and invest here. Once, we've got certain things building and growing, and once Power Court gets started, I think that is going to make a lot of people from outside that are going to go, maybe I should open somewhere in Luton. You know what I mean? Because realistically, all we've got now is the casino for going out.
Yes.
And that's basically, there's pubs and clubs, sort of smallish kind of clubs. I wouldn't call them clubs. I'd say they're like bars / restaurants.
And to be honest, everyone goes out in Harpenden, St Albans.
Yeah, exactly. We need to bring it back here. Like, I remember there was a time when people used to come to Luton for a night out. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy to think that it's just not a thing anymore. But, but yeah, man, I can tell you're a patriotic guy about this town. I love it, man. I love it because, I love this town, of course, so much. And, it pains me when I see people talk badly about it, because there's so much more to Luton 100%. Than what people will let on.
And it's our town. If we can't help our town, like our people, what good are we?
Yeah. Well, tell it. I've just completely messed up what I was about to say. What do you? What makes you the kind of kind, giving, generous person that you are? I mean, like, it's not super rare in Luton to find caring, giving, generous people, but I think you stand out quite a bit, man.
I think with me, because I've been, I think it's the way my mum and dad have brought me up as well, and always help people if they can. And with me, I don't look. There's no ulterior motive. It's not for Instagram. It's not for social media. Mm-hmm. If I can help someone, I will. Yeah. So with Go Dharmic. So even with we have a Samaj, which is a community, which means community in London. And so that's BSNL. So I'll help out with them, their events, their Navratri, which is like a 9-day festival in October, photography, whatever they need. It's me. I'll be hands-on. Yeah. So I think it's just me, the way I am, the way I've been brought up. And if I can help someone, I can. I don't look at it like I've always buy stuff for people. I don't expect anything back. Yeah. I don't give to receive. Like nieces, nephews, whatever, or whoever, friendships. I think it's just the way I am. Yeah, that's good, man. I think a lot more people should be like that. We've got, like I said, we're so lucky in this town. We've got a lot of people who are that giving, and they just, they think about another person before they think of themselves. I mean, what do you think makes Luton like that? What makes Luton
like so giving? We're such a giving town.
I think it's such a diverse community. So obviously Luton's had a lot of bad press, 100%. I'm not going to talk about that. But then at the same time, you look at the other side of the coin. The amount of generosity, amongst the various organisations, various ethnic diversities, whether it's Hinduism, your Muslims, Pakistanis, your Sikhism, your atheists, your churches, it all comes together and they give. And they help.
So would you say like a religion is quite a big factor in it? Because we've got a lot of religions in this town, right?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of dialects, got a lot of languages, and I think that you're onto something there. I think being diverse, in not just religion but in culture. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like that's having that. I think it's like I didn't really know about how generous people could be until I started going to help at like Discover Islam or like at World Appeal or like with you guys or you know what I mean? Like I really didn't understand what giving really meant until I started to work with people like that, because I thought that, you know, going and volunteering down at the food bank, for instance, is like, it's really good to do that. But what you guys do in terms of that kind of work is there's no reason to do it other than that you just want to help. Do you know what I mean? And then the amount that you give, like I've seen the amount of food that comes, and to think like, man, you could sell that. You can sell that's restaurant-worthy food. It's so good. Like every time I crack a pot open, I'm like, oh my god, that smells incredible. Like,
it does, doesn't it?
I always want to try something, but I'm like, I don't want to take away.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. We
So
were the
hard.
same. We were exactly the same.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, because we've got like a Papa, so we've got Papa J's in the Luton Town Centre who donates food one week, as in hot food.
Yeah.
And then we got Akshay Patra Foundation who are based in Watford. They give us a food for the other week, so they alternate. But the other time, like you said, and I think we were putting them in pots, and the dal and the rice just smell amazing.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's literally, I could sit down at a restaurant, eat that food, and I'd be happy to pay for that. And to think that, like, rather than sell it on, you guys just give it away, like, and it's all the time and effort from people to organise, and my gosh, there's so many volunteers that come.
Yeah,
it's not, so many.
100%. It's not just volunteers. I mean, the hot food gets donated by those two restaurants. Food and pastries get pastries sometimes get
because you guys do sweet treats as well.
Yeah, Costco. Fruit comes from Bowings Cash and Carry, so you get your bananas and your apples, and then even the team members in the past, they've actually made food at home. So they brought a massive pot of rice, a massive pot of dal, biscuits. One of the ladies' mums, Madhuri, she made a whole stack of 40 chapatis. And, you know, and she's got health problems. She's not mobile and stuff, but she did it.
That's nice.
And it's nice. You know, people are generous. People are giving.
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna have to bring something because I'm a bit of a chef.
Oh no,
I'm a bit of a chef /
Are
baker.
you?
Oh yeah, Deadpool can cook.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Ah, I want to try something.
Bro, I make the best brownies you've ever eaten in your life. I promise you. I know everybody says that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I make them for people all the time because people, as soon as people have,
make me something.
Yeah, I'll make you some, 100%, man, 100%. I'll make a big batch and I'll take them to a thing. Maybe I'll come next week with it because I think today's Sunday. I ain't got time.
Yeah,
this is my last appointment as Deadpool for this week.
And
then it all starts again tomorrow. So I you know, I'm not gonna have time to bake and stuff today.
That's fine,
but happily, I'll get some ready for next week. It'll be wicked, man. Because I love cooking. I absolutely love it. Are you a cook yourself? No, you're an order guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. I get such a crazy energy when I'm cooking. I put a podcast on, and then I chop my onions. Man. I get everything set up for myself.
The house.
I love it. I absolutely love it, mate. I'm in my element, you know. Like my dad was a chef.
Right? Was he?
Yeah, man. It's actually mad. Like, I don't think I've ever talked about this on camera before. I don't know if I'm ready to. I'm not sure.
It's up to you. I'm not going to push you.
Fuck it, man. Fuck it. So, basically, when I was born, my mum didn't tell me who my dad was.
Right. Sorry, Tim.
Never saw a picture of him.
Right.
Never saw his name. I didn't know anything about him. My mum kept that information from me for my whole life. I only found out who my dad was and saw a picture of him for the first time about 2 months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So,
wow.
Yeah, I know it's been a crazy time. Like this, across this whole last year, it's been absolutely wild. But like, I saw a picture of my dad for the first time. Like, not even 2 months ago, maybe about a month and a half ago. But it's weird to think, like, you know, I found out that he was a chef and that's what his passion is food, and he's really creative and like. No one in my family is like that. I get it all from him, and it's so weird because we never met. Like, he didn't even know like I existed, man. It's the beauty of Ancestry. Oh my god, I stress to everybody: get on Ancestry, do your DNA, find out your roots firstly, because that's cool. I found out a lot about myself through that.
Does you know you exist now?
Huh?
Does he know you exist now?
Yeah, he knows now. Okay. Yeah, he knows, and he's happy and stuff.
Good.
And it's good, man. It's good. Yeah, I'm in a good place. It's good stuff. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like the energy that I get from food, I never understood where it come from. Do you know what I mean? Like why? Because No one in my family could cook.
Really?
No one could cook. I swear down. Yeah, nobody can. It's all rubbish. I remember meals would be brought out. I'm just like, oh, this again. Because I've been around other friends' houses and been like, so hold on, this is what food's like, yeah.
And this is what I'm
getting back home.
Yeah.
But do you know what? When you're a kid, you don't realise. Like, for my mum growing up, you know, we were poor, man, poor as shit. Like, we didn't have anything. And my mum, I only found this out as I was getting older that my mum would often not eat, so then she could feed us.
Sad, isn't it?
This, mate, do you know what? It's sad, but there are so many people out there like that, where they have to choose between feeding themselves or feeding their children, and every single time it's going to be feeding their children, no matter what, you know, unless you've got someone out there that doesn't have their system like set right.
That's another reason why, you know, we do this food distribution. You know, we're not going to judge anyone. We don't know what this is, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, as Hemal always said to me, Sanjay, what's our first word? I went, go. Well, what is that? What do we do? Well, we go.
Yeah, exactly. No questions about like how or why they're there or any of that. It's just,
doesn't matter.
I love it. Just go.
And if somebody wants to take advantage, fine, let them. You know, that's going to be a minority. Fine. That's probably, I don't know, 2% maybe.
Yeah.
Fine.
Exactly. It's such a small
amount.
Have
the food. Have our blessings. Have the food. It's fine.
Like I've been to multiple ones actually where mostly this is actually more at Discoveryism, because I think where they do their food drives in the actual building.
Oh right, yeah.
Sometimes you get kids sent by themselves to go, and like the parent will stand outside because they're too embarrassed to see, and everybody knows who the kid is and they know the parents outside, so you know it's not like something weird going on or anything. But the kid, obviously, the mum or the dad, whoever it is that's brought the kid, they feel too embarrassed to go in, and that's horrible, man.
It's horrible. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
No, because, you know, and the thing is, it is a sad reflection of what society's like, because you know that, you know, if it was you in that situation, you'd feel the embarrassment as well.
It's like you're begging.
Right?
It's like you're begging, and you know that's.
But people shouldn't feel bad about begging. Like, and it's not even begging, because realistically, it's just you're in need. Forget about the words you attach to it.
And we're offering you service. Here, please take it. Don't struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the ego again.
Yeah.
The ego's thinking, do you
know what I see it as? It's kind of like, you know, when you're sick, you go to the doctor, yeah? And you get medicine and it makes you better, right? When you're poor, you go and get help from food banks. And then it helps you to not be ill in terms of your sustainability, your body, you know? Because, like, man, if you're hungry, you're performing at such a less capacity than what you're capable of, you know. I mean, you try and go a day without eating, and then try and read a book. Do you know what I mean? Don't eat for, well, let's say you don't eat properly for a continuous period of time, say 7 days, right? I know that people are fasting during Eid and Ramadan, coming up, and obviously, like that's something where I think it's kind of different, because it's more of a choice. And, do you know what I mean? Because of that, and because you know you're going to eat at the end of it. Because there's a way that people manufacture their body to sustain.
And it's trained, and you're remembering the way Ramadan works. You're remembering the hungry, the need, the poor. That's why you're fasting. And you think the kids, the little kids, as my friends always said to me, they don't have a rosa or a fast to break. No, they're poor, so this is why they do this. That's quite commendable to me.
I mean, you know, I think that the not having a choice part, though, it creates another element, because it's not just that you're hungry, you must be miserable about it as well, because it's not nice, you know. I remember my mum, like, how she was a lot of the time. She, you know, the days when she weren't eating with us, because I would always question her. I'd be like, why are you not sitting down for dinner? And she'd be like, oh, I'm just not hungry. I'm going to eat when you guys go to bed. And it was only years later that I found out she never did.
She went hungry.
She never did. She was surviving on bare minimum. Absolute bare minimum. I don't even know how she survived.
It should never be like that. The parents go hungry. But it does happen. You read about it in the news. You hear about it, that the parents would go hungry just to feed their kids. And to be honest, I would do the same. I would do the same. But it's sad.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, where does that come from, though? Like, how is this? Why is this the situation in the world right now, man?
You look at.
I know it's a big question to say that, but you know, it's more.
Different. It's more. I don't want to say be political or like government or whatever, but I mean, look at food banks. 12 years ago, food banks never existed.
Yeah.
There was never a food bank 12 years ago, ever.
Yeah.
And
then certain government came in, and a lot has changed, and the people at the bottom have been crushed by it, absolutely crushed. And do you know what? I don't see an end in sight at the moment. You know, I can't wait for another election. But even then, you know,
but then who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen? Like,
no,
and what promises will be broken at the next one? Do you know what I mean? Because that's all that seems to ever happen. You know,
it's the word of politics.
It is, yeah, it is. It's really sad. Like, we've got some great politicians in this town, and I would like to hope that if Labour got into power with our 2 MPs in this representing this town, I'd like to think that this town will receive a hell of a lot more help.
Right.
Because for some reason, it's so weird, like how the Conservatives operate when, you know, they come into power and they look after the most wealthy, but everybody else is completely forgotten about. Yeah. And then you look at a town like Luton, where, you know, I was in the council recently talking to a couple of people that work there. They told me that before the Tories came in, they were getting £150 million a year, in funding from the government, right? Yeah. Now they get 10 million. How were you, like, people moan about the council, I'm sorry, like, anybody that disagrees with me here, because there's a lot of people that really violently hate the council because you can't get through on the phone, or, you know, there's sometimes the service is inefficient, or whatever their issues are. But man, if you have that deficit, you have to sack people. There's no question about it. You have to sack people. You know, people were complaining when we had to go from having your bin taken every week to now it's every 2 weeks, for each different collection. Like, you've got recycling 2 weeks,
have to adjust,
black bin 2 weeks, like, and people were moaning about that. But then you don't understand, like man, we've literally been stripped dry to the bone, man. Like, there's no money in the pot for them, and what they do with what they've got is commendable. I've got to give it to the council. You know, there's a lot of things that they do get wrong. There's a lot of things that they get wrong with you guys as well. 100%. And I think that there's a relationship building at the moment between you, and hopefully there can be some level ground found. Because I know at the end of the day, we all want to work together. I know, exactly. That's what's good. I mean, we've talked to them a couple of times when they've come out, and they've been really good, to be fair, at times. But yeah, obviously it's a growing relationship. Hopefully it can only get stronger and better as time goes on. Because I know, speaking to people behind the scenes, I know they really want to help. But, you know, obviously time will tell.
I think it's all the red tape. You know,
there's a lot of red tape and a lot of things in life. And it can't be blamed at sometimes, and sometimes it might seem like overkill. But, you know, man, it's a hard job to do. And I think that you guys are just great for what you're doing. And I think that even if it came to a point of where it may get rocky between you guys, I know that you're going to just keep doing it.
100%.
Because this is what your mission is. 100%. And nobody's going to stop you. All the red tape in the world, it's not going to stop you from feeding people. Yeah, no way.
We'll find other ways. We'll find other places. You know, like you said, there's love will feed all. And again, I keep on saying it is go Dharmic.
Yeah.
So although Dharmic was religious, although our food is vegetarianism because it's based on ahimsa, which is non-violence. That's all, but it's still go. We'll still find a way to food distribute.
Yeah, man. Always. No, I love it, bro. I love it. Seriously, Sanjay, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, brother.
Is there anything you want to promote or?
Yes, this Saturday. This Saturday, so we've got a Holly event at Luton Indian Cricket Club, which is where the bowling places in town centre. I believe you're going to be there.
I'm jumping out of an airplane.
Oh, are you? I see.
I'm jumping out of an airplane on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Like this as well.
Oh my God.
I know, right? It's going to be crazy. I'm doing it for Noah. You know, when I was raising money in town, it's for Noah. So yeah, that's what all of that was for.
I managed
to raise 500 quid for him, which was good. I've got a little bit more to pay to actually jump out of the plane.
Nice.
So yeah, obviously I don't take any funds from the bucket to pay for that sort of stuff. I'll pay for that out of my own pocket. If I want to jump out of a plane, I've got to pay for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ask people to donate or anything for that because that's a bit crazy. But that's what's going on for me on Saturday.
Oh no, that's brilliant. I just said we've got that.
Holly event. That's going on the Holly event. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So there'll be food, there'll be stalls, there'll be kids activities and stuff like that. So please try and come along. We'll be there. Go Dharmic will be there. Just come and support us.
That's wicked. What about you, sir? Anything going on for yourself? Photography stuff? Do you want to promote some of your photography?
Yeah, no. So I've got some events coming up, and I've got some private wedding stuff coming up as well. So
lovely.
That'll be cool. And we have a photography club, as in there's about a group of 12 professional photographers. We all get together, we learn techniques.
Yeah.
We have a mentor as well. So we talk about just how to better ourselves.
Awesome.
So that's cool.
All right, cool. And Go Dharmic can be found on what platforms?
Yeah, so Go Dharmic, we're available on all platforms, so on social media. So we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and obviously GoDharmic.com. We also have an app called Go Dharmic. If you download the app, that'll get you registered. And if you want to help with us, if you want to join, if you want to help, if you want to volunteer by any way, shape, or form, please contact us and Go Dharmic.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Sanjay.
Thank you, brother.
Bro, I'll see you again soon. Thank you, everyone. Love you, Luton. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wicked. That was really good.
Is that right?
That was really good, man.